Get right in B, congratulations. But the bomb is on the other side of the map, good sir.
Well, this was kind of weird. I mean, they push A with the bomb with a good execute. MBK still all the way towards checkers, with Happy in mid lurking as well. I mean, you need to secure the side first, guys, before you can lurking at the kill.
I mean, it's okay, right, if you just have Happy there, like where he was. But MBK...
Or just MBK. Yeah. I feel that I'm not sure how MBK got there. It's maybe what he did initially in the round, trying to pin two NIP players towards the B bomb site, but then Happy can't be mid. He has to be with his team. They need to secure control of the bomb site, and then MBK can be even more annoying, you know, make it harder for the B players to rotate.
Indeed. What is that smoke? Interesting. Well, either way, Apex in with a very fast Molotov to sandwich. There are NIP players in the vicinity. They are getting completely caught off guard at this point. However, the trade coming in from Freiburg now as assistance from Forest will help to kill Devil, removing this French presence from middle at the very least. And the bomb is dropped. So EnVyUs has to win these battles. First 2 kills coming in from EnVyUs. There's still one more player by Sandwich. EnVyUs is scanning for it. And Freiburg is going to swiftly deal with Kenny. And the bomb, that means, is still in control of the CTs for now. And Freiburg must have seen it. So Get Right has the call. And he's going to be wrapping around short to lend some assistance. And this is going to be an interesting couple engagements, because there's a minute for EnVyUs to kind of work their way to whatever position they want for this engagement. Get Right seems to have a read though. Boom, there it is, the first kill, leaving just 5 HP on Happy. Get Right's going to turn around and take him down as well. So another mid aggression that this time just didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that smoke. It's not the one I think you throw to block the Molotov. It might block the vision if a guy tries to push towards the left side of mid. But yeah, EnVyUs go again for the mid aggression, but now NIP do a better job of holding it, especially Freiburg from the sandbags area. Kenny had to pull off a close miracle to win that round for his team.
Love this run boost here to, if there was an AWP on the angle, to make them lift the shots for anybody really. And it's Get Right there, go for the spray downs. Get Right actually uncharacteristically not pulling off much in the way of a result in this situation, but doesn't matter, just Happy left. And okay, he's got the most savage P250 game in the Wild Wild West, but he's going to die anyway.
Yeah, and a good half for NIP. I mean, a great half, all things considering that they lost the pistol round, of course, managed to win the third round on an eco with only Get Right on that AK, but after that we could see that they really picked it up, and with some great reactionary play to what EnVyUs was doing as well. EnVyUs at times maybe a bit too passive, especially when they managed to get the bomb down in a couple of situations. They kind of were at a disadvantage when you're in a 3v4, let's say, and the bomb is planted. Depending, in some situations they had low HP, so at that point there was that one round where Apex was the only one with 100 HP. He needs to go for a play, maybe have a teammate wait for him, because if you just wait for an NIP to come to you, it's basically going to be a pretty straightforward retake for them most of the times.
Yeah, and I mean that 10-5 is so scary just because NIP haven't even started their T side yet. So it's historically you would imagine that NIP should easily close this, even if they lose the pistol round. But of course, if they win the pistol round, EnVyUs just don't have any chance here, surely. But the pistol will commence.
I mean, the reason for NIP's strong T sides mostly stems from the fact them winning the pistol round, and then securing the anti-eco rounds, having a lot of bank coming into the gun rounds, right? So even if they lose 1 or 2 rounds, they still have enough money to buy. But when they actually lose the pistol round and don't have a good start, it becomes trickier.
Yeah, and it's quite cool to see that Forest gets the headshot finally. He got dropped the P250, so it's kind of a raid boss with the P250 there for Forest, which is awesome to see. And it's the first kill for NIP. They do take some tags here, but they will try to finish their rounds on the D-bomb side. And there are 3 players here for EnVyUs to try to defend, so it's going to come down to those headshots. Nice little jump there from Pit to try to bait the shots away, and this looks like a very good pistol around here for NIP. I mean, if you put any reliance upon them, or any, let's say, qualifying factors that they've got to win the pistol round to have that super strong T side. But they've got some of the best players in the world to do that. They've got Forest. They've got, I mean, Pitt is actually an excellent pistol player as well. And there you go.
I mean, this could have been great for EnVyUs. They had 3 players towards the B bomb site in passive positions, albeit, but that's where NIP went, and they were in a 4v5, and you could see that once the smoke drops, the player from spawn is isolated. So what I would have liked him to do is run through the smoke, try and get 1 kill, surprise them, and bait for the player in headshot, right? And then the player from heaven should have let himself be known as well, and then the player in headshot can be like the Joker player, right? They can play for him, and then he has a good position to surprise NIP and maybe get a couple of kills. By doing this, playing it passively, leaving him by himself, even if he gets a kill, I mean, he's gonna get traded immediately, and NIP has control of the bomb site. So maybe something that EnVyUs could have executed a bit better, but NIP secures the pistol round, and EnVyUs, of course, on a force buy.
Yeah.
They kind of have to go for it, though, in this situation, right? They need they have to try and break NIP, even though they're the best team at anti-force buy rounds. And you can see why. They just buy a lot of utility. They only have 1 player with the AK. They have 3 MP7s, a UMP, and you can see them methodically trying to get map control, and you can see it's obvious that they want to go for a B split, and they're probably going to use the rest of the Molotovs towards the B bomb site for the most standard spots.
And here we go. We've got Devil there looking to defend, but surely he gets an elite. Or well, it looks like Exist tries to take the battle with the AK-47, which is, you know, just smart if you're going to do it with the player. That's the gun you choose to try to push that with, but it's not working out here for NIP. They're getting shut down. Kenya finds 2 quick kills on the CZ. There's still a player on the bomb site. That is so scary. Do NIP realize that there's still another player? I don't think he's announced his presence. It's Happy, of course. Happy could just end the round right now. He's in smoke. Oh, but they will spot for him. Forrest getting the frag. MBK back to the leader shenanigans. Can he get something out of this? They're tagging there into Forest, but the bomb can be planted here, and it will be. Freiberg there. They don't have to really peek him, although it might be in their interest to do so, as they can get him at long range as opposed to close range. He'll have more success with that deagle. MBK desperately trying to work his way into this bomb site, but these players just not giving him the kinds of shots that he needs to get in there. So now he's going to force the issue close. And there you go. Finally he dies. That looked kind of scary though for NIP, I must say. And for those of you wondering, how is it that NIP have been allowed to play cash, EnVyUs decided to actually veto overpass, and NIP vetoed their usual Inferno. So that's how the cash pick came about.
Yeah, a bit of a sloppier execution than usual from NIP, not waiting for all the smokes and Molotovs to pop, but even with all of that and a couple of great kills from Kenny, as we see Devil with a cheeky little P250 headshot, even with that they managed to bring it back, and you can see that 2v1, how they're not overextending, not allowing MBK to get a 1v1 aim duel basically, and they secured the round in the end.
Yeah, so the chances here for EnVyUs do drop significantly, just being on pistols, no Kevlar, no utility. And NIP deciding to converge onto that A site take, and they have 4 Molotovs with which to use. So we should expect to see the bomb site carpeted in these Molotovs to allow safe entry into the site. And there should be a fast response here from the pistols, but what can they see? Absolutely nothing. The key smoke laid down between the forklift and the red container to block off vision from short. The Molotovs onto the site, onto all the dangerous positions, and they're in now. One doesn't have to happen as the CTs force the engagements, and with the superior weapons, NIP are able to easily clean up the retake attempt.
And this is the NIP anti-eco, right? Even though Freiberg gets caught off guard in the beginning with that kill, they just make it look so easy in a 4v5 by good usage of their nades, baiting out the plant, and just holding their positions, basically waiting for EnVyUs to come to them. The game is paused, Dan.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know.
What the hell is going on then?
But Forrest is 25 for 10. Oh, okay. Apex crashed, it seems. So he'll be back in about 10 seconds. So we should be resuming very shortly. But it's cool to see Forrest having such a good game. I mean, in the 18 rounds that have been played, he's made 25 kills. And usually you actually would see these days Get Right and Forest both up there, but Get
Yeah,
Right for the
actually,
rest
I
of the pack.
mean, whenever NIP wins a game, it's mostly everyone doing pretty much more or less the same. Probably Get Right or Forest are a bit ahead, but it's pretty even across the board, meaning that it's a team effort whenever they win. That applies not just to NIP, but to teams in general. Like Mouse is an obvious example.
Yeah.
When Nico has like 30 plus kills, they usually lose the game closely, but when all the team contributes, they end up winning. And this is something Getright is known for. Right now, it's not just him, but getting control of checkers with that smoke off towards the exit, using the Molotov and the flash, really putting a lot of pressure to the B defenders to always be on their toes. But it seems the way Envy approached this is letting go of B bomb site pretty much. Just Kenny with a passive angle. He's supposed to maybe try and get one kill and then wait for his teammates to play for the retake.
Well, we have that heavy pressure, as you mentioned, that Get Right is sitting in checkers. And the danger there is that EnVyUs are always going to be scared of the B take, but NIP don't have to commit to it. I mean, of course, they're in a position where they seem to be waiting for the push. There it is, and Get Right easily dispatches MBK. Now they decide to move in. Of course, EnVyUs have a lot of players in position around the bomb site, but the presence of NIP is quite overwhelming on the site itself, and they will get the bomb plant and set the time upon the CTs. Now Happy's coming in for the flank. He needs to be the playmaker here. His teammates are locked out. Happy is anyone that can do anything. There's the first frag, goes for the sprint, and someone walks into it. It's Pitts. 2 frags there for Happy. He's made this possible now as the advantage on the men goes in the favor of EnVyUs, and the bomb was stopped from being planted. So now they'll hear the bomb go down, and they'll push. And there it is. Oh, looks like the flash timing was perfect there from Forest, but unfortunately, that must have been a coordination that he froze just as the bomb is being planted, Forest froze that flash because they know that they're going to push then. So that was really smart.
He also probably thought that he has to make a place in this. I think it was Xist or Pit. I think it was Xist who was pretty low himself. What I don't understand there is you had Kenny playing passively, and then you just have MBK walking into vents and trying to check checkers without any flash or anything. Just gets killed by Getright. I mean, what's the point on having Kenny play so passive? He could have challenged at any point, held a more aggressive angle, but it doesn't come back to haunt EnVyUs. They still managed to pull the retake off with 2 great kills from Happy.
And now we will see the set piece, which is reminiscent of the Cobble one, where it's kind of delayed, so you know that they can just run into A with it. And this is the reaction that usually teams will have, is they pop flash into A main to confirm whether it's going to be a push or not, and to kill the players if they are there. But great wrap here, great delaying wrap from NIP to go for the split in a more unconventional manner. And EnVyUs are really struggling to find out what the hell's going on at the moment. Kills coming in all over the place here, but mostly here for NIP as they manage to finally close the round. But what a beautiful chaos there for NIP set upon EnVyUs.
And Forest with another triple kill. I mean, what you said, they themselves, Getright knows what the reaction is, that someone's probably going to try and pop flash. He looks towards the wall, actually doesn't even, just waits to hear the sound cue before he turns around, gets the easy kill on, I think it was Devil, and then NIP with a complete wrap to mid, but now they're going for a quick mid push.
Yeah, and not going quite as well as it was for Devil on the first part, if you remember, as Get Right gets taken down immediately. But he's got teammates in numbers to help him out, and it looks pretty good here for NIP once again, dealing with superior weapons. EnVyUs not having the best refrags, and Pit with a very decisive kill onto Devil. That is going to send things into despair as Happy dies as well. 15 rounds for NIP, and it looks...
And another triple kill for Forest. He's on 32 in 22 rounds and 11 deaths, almost 3-to-1 kill to death ratio.
I heard he's pretty good at this game.
That's insane, Dan. That's pretty sick.
Dan! That's insane, Dan!
I mean, NIP just showing, and this is something that we are seeing recently from Getright. He's sometimes the guy who goes in first, actually, like he did just in the previous round through the smoke. NIP manages to secure mid with an early push, knowing that EnVyUs doesn't have a lot of resources, don't have probably the Molotov for the boost, don't have a nade for mid, and they get the trade kills and secure the round.
Yeah, and it's about Get Right going in first. There's an interesting point there. but we might have a bit of an altercation here in middle. As you can see, that ECS is waiting for Happy to go over the boost position. When will he go? Patience by both teams, and this is why NIP can be quite good as well, because they can get very patient in a round like this, and EnVyUs desperately want to go for a push, and it's going to be Forest to get the first kill. So life looking rather difficult here for EnVyUs after losing that one player. Seems as if NIP realized that there's a player close due to the fact that there was a boost. And looks like the position is... Oh, that snap again from Happy. Absolutely mental stuff. His snaps today have been pretty on point. But his team only has 6 rounds, so there is that. EnVyUs now going to be receiving a push from NIP on the A-bomb site. Great position here for Devil. Usually there's a Molotov in that position, but Devil and Apex get all 4 players. A quad between the two. And there's usually a Molotov there, but NIP didn't have a Molotov there in that round, and they lose the round because of it. Interesting.
Yeah, you can see how they were playing pretty passively in the beginning, knowing that EnVyUs was on pistols and expecting some aggression. We got a 1-for-1 trade. It was a 4v4 situation, but EnVyUs got a good read, managed to get pull off that boost in time towards the A-bomb site, and the pistols are pretty powerful for range damage. Yeah,
they really are. That position is one of the reasons why we did see the Molotov there, is because it is one of the most dangerous positions on the site because of the range and the kind of off angle that it's on. But the push coming in here now from NIP on towards the B-bomb site. They have got a lot of rounds to play with, and they'll have to actually eco if they lose this round. So that's actually going to give EnVyUs something to kind of work with to come back into the match. But first of all, NIP must... Or rather, sorry, EnVyUs must first of all actually break NIP.
And NIP already has mid control right now. In turn, MBK is pretty aggressively towards A main. But after this Molotov, he basically has to fall back, has no support anymore, no utility. And that will leave NIP in a good situation.
Yeah, get right to keeping tabs there, and that slow walk onto the white box position as well. I think that's from Forest, who's been quite prolific so far in this matchup. A quick double though from MBK to drop the bomb. Now this puts a really weird position into NIP's hands as MBK gets himself a third as another 1 versus 1 goes his way. Forest though, he's still alive and he's got 2 frags this round. Forest looking to actually just get himself as close to the 40 bomb as possible as he's looking for the rest of EnVyUs, of which there are 2. Now he has to reclaim the bomb. He's got 15 seconds. He needs to go right now. And here he is. Will he spot the first player? Will he work out the Devil's in the door? Well, Devil's going to tell him as by shutting the door. And Forest has got to go for the plant here. There's really no way to survive in this situation. Surely he's going to fake it. Go for the frags here. That was the play. But he can't get the first one. And that will be the round there for EnVyUs. But they did lose 3 players.
Now this was an example of a good 2v1 play from EnVyUs. It wasn't really hard to play it out, but still, buying as much time as possible, Devil letting him to pick up the bomb, and then him playing aggressively with Kenny playing passively. If Forest plants, he dies from Devil and Devil defuses. If he doesn't do it, even if he kills Devil, he doesn't have time to plant the bomb, and then we just win the round either way. And now we have NIP on an eco and Kenny on an op.
I feel like I haven't really seen Kenny AWPing in this matchup so far, really.
They force buy a lot, Dan.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, EnVyUs like to force buy.
Well, he's going to get flashed and smoked away. He can't even shoot a shot. Will he just die? No. Pulls out the 5-7, able to keep himself alive for now. But it is the site in control of NIP to some extent. Bomb can be planted at the back. Kenny will quickly dispatch ECS. So should be the GG in this round. Forest though does come in from heaven to see if he can get some extra damage. Pistol Master.
Of course he can.
Picks up a quick kill. That's so cheeky as well. That is so cheeky. Bomb goes down there for NIP as well to allow them a buy.
I think that NIP is just prolonging this game so that Forest could get up to 40 kills. I think that's their mission right now at the moment.
His closest teammate does have 17, and it's like, that's so far away.
Or maybe they just want to give Happy enough time to get a star, then get an MVP star.
Oh, is he? He's not got a badge. There's no sheriff badge.
The only starless player. This should get smoked off from NIP. Usually when they go for a play like this.
Here it comes. NES is going to be forced to a close range defense now. They know that he's close, but they're trying to work out where he is. Able to pick up a quick kill before he goes down there, but still nothing with the AWP found. And it's looking amazing right now for NIP. 4 versus 1. Devil in against it all. And he's going to try to reposition here, but his chances are a little bit, well, they suck.
They're not 0% Dan, though.
No.
They're never 0%.
You never go to full Moses, right?
No matter what Moses says, there's always a chance. An AK and a dream.
An AK and a dream. And there is the first kill, but he will be traded upon, and that is map 1, going into the hands of the Swedish side. NIP taking their map pick, but it is the map pick, obviously, of EnVyUs coming up next, which will be Mirage. And 3 away from the 40 bomb there for Forest. Only 37 kills. Only 37.
Yeah, a monster performance from Forest, definitely. But that last round, we saw the execute of NIP towards the B bomb side. That's exactly the round when we talk about maybe on the desk, or when you see these crazy comebacks on the CT side, it's usually because the T's never go for a strat like this, right? They simply don't have it. It's a full execute strat, you use everything, and it's a strat that I think NIP probably wins 4 out of 5 times or something, right? You need to have strats like that when everything else is failing you, basically, and you just need that one round to somehow make it. This is something that you would want to go for, because it isn't almost at all reliable on your players' individual performance if you don't take into account that someone maybe misses a smoke, but that really shouldn't happen, right? Because you saw how the bomb site looked like, where NES was. Everything was smoked off, molotoved off, right? Even he can get that one kill because NIP didn't check the corner, but he can't get any more than that. He's instantly traded, and after that it's just up to NIP to play the after plant correctly and secure the round.
And we got the match highlights, or the map highlights here for you. And I feel like it's going to be just a mini Forest frag movie. We'll have to see, as it was quite a crazy performance. But for me, like, we'll often see Forest all get right. If there are 2 players going off, it's usually going to be them, because they usually put in the position to do a lot of crazy stuff. And one thing that's interesting, a point that I wanted to talk about previously, just briefly, is that when it comes to get right entry fragging a little bit with this NIP lineup, I think that was something that always needed to happen, because it was very easy, I think, for a lot of teams to read NIP before, because where you see get right, he was always playing lurk. So if you see him somewhere on the map, you know that he's playing lurk there.
Exactly, and that's what we saw at Pro League, right? I think it was the game against Fnatic where they played Train, and they went for an outer fake, and Forest was actually the guy faking outer, because if he gets a kill or dies, then they will think, oh, this is an execute, it's not get right. Get right was actually the first player pushing towards B, and he was the one pushing all the way to the back of the bomb site and securing route for his team, and I think he got even like 3 or 4 kills in that round. So I agree that it's maybe a switching of styles a little bit, maybe make it a bit more interesting, but also mind gaming to an extent their opponents, right? Because as you said, whenever you saw Get Right somewhere dying, that's probably not where his team is, similar to as with Happy on EnVyUs, right?
Absolutely, yeah, that's a really good point. And it is time for us to take a quick break to see if there can be a recovery for EnVyUs on their map choice of Mirage. It's definitely a good map for NIP. I think generally all the maps here, NIP have a deeper map pool, but we shall see. We'll be back after the break. We're most definitely back now. Now that I've turned the mics on. Bit of wouldn't be an ECS show without non-live mics. And James is not here, so I had to do it instead. So
It was your fault, Dan. You turned them off.
that's true.
I never turn my mic off because I don't say stuff that can ruin my career off air.
I do that frequently. Who knows what would happen, Yanko, if all the stuff that was said off air would go. I mean,
Especially in the green
all the
room.
stories.
Especially
all the
in
stories.
the green room, Dan.
Indeed. It's full of many secrets. The chamber of secrets.
And they will remain hidden forever.
They will indeed. And it's time to see now whether NIP can make it to 2-0 or the EnVyUs on their map choice will be able to battle back. And I mean, you have to favor NIP. Akash and Mirage, like as the first two maps, that's really got to be pretty favorable for NIP. But it is time for Yanko to delve in here for the pre-game the score esports breakdown. So go ahead, Yanko, just give it to us. All the
Okay, Dan. Okay.
all the dirty analysis of this game.
Actually, out of the last 9 maps these two teams played against each other, EnVyUs only won one of them, and that was Mirage,
Right.
funnily enough.
Okay.
So, and it was at Face It League Season 2, the online part. So, yeah, it's actually interesting because EnVyUs historically they didn't play it. I mean, Happy's teams didn't play Mirage, it was what they vetoed, but then they picked it up basically before the Cologne Major. I think it was, and they managed to surprise a lot of people there with some real explosive play, especially Navi. They played Navi in the quarters and managed to beat them on Mirage, which was something that no one expected, seeing as Navi was and still is one of the best teams in the world on this map. But right now, all things considering, the form of EnVyUs and the form of NIP, I still think that this map, even though it's EnVyUs's pick, I still feel that NIP is the favorite team here. Yeah,
it's definitely hard to bet against them. I think, as you say, the numbers really tell you everything. Even though, they kind of stretch over across a long period of time, I think the numbers do definitely speak for themselves. And NIP, a brilliant T-sided team, will be able to start off on the T side. But
again, Dan, 5 armors on the CT side.
Yeah, they want to fight, man. They want to fight. But as you say, if NIP don't get off to that good start, they don't win the pistol round, then there is a real shot here for EnVyUs to have that good CT half. But they need to have a good CT half here. And first and foremost, it's about getting those headshots. And KennyS will be leading the charge there as we see a bit of aggression. I like that they had 2 people peeking that angle straight away. And look at this. It's like a traffic diversion here. NIP diverted all the way to the A bomb site.
And right now it's a good call because most of EnVyUs's focus is towards the B and the mid area. Only Apex, I think it is, towards the CT spawn area by himself. And Force just threw the one smoke they had exactly for that position, so still gonna be tricky.
Yeah, it's funny, a lot of teams would just stay in the BAPs, but NIP immediately rotated and they're gonna beat the rotation here. Oh, going straight in for Happy as he reloads, but Happy still gets the reload off, gets the frag as well, and his pistol play so far has been picture perfect. We'll have to see if he can continue that streak as the rest of his teammates are coming in now. Just get right, and there you go. What a shutdown. EnVyUs will start off with the CT pistol, but the bomb went down. And if I was NIP, I probably would be heavily considering a set piece with a force buy in this next round.
5 armors are OP, Dan, on CT pistols.
Indeed.
But yeah, it's actually pretty hard for the CTs to defend against a full execute. It would have been better for NIP if they got some kills, then they would have had more money for grenades, but right now it looks like they're just going to eco and buy the next round.
Yep, makes a lot of sense as well. You can really make both arguments for NIP because their buy rounds are really strong, and they probably feel against EnVyUs. Maybe the EnVyUs themselves are unstable or will make so many mistakes that they just want to play the most basic game that they can, perhaps. And what kind of round would you expect from NIP? You're facing EnVyUs in the next round. Assuming that NIP does somehow win this round with some crazy play.
Well, seeing as how they saw that Kenny only has a CC, they're probably expecting an op from him in the next round. So it could be a number of things. I think they will have enough money for 5 ops, so they might go for a pretty fast B split. It's going to be hard for them to just go for mid control and then take the bomb side up because they won't have all the molotovs and all the flashes for it. So either that or faking mid control and then going maybe for an execute towards the B bomb site.
So not A? You don't think they will touch A?
It's definitely a possibility, but in my opinion, it's a bit too predictable with the buy they have.
Right. I think that's a
Considering
good point.
that they were ecoing, so...
That's actually a really good point. I like that. I like it. Would have loved if they would have just run through A.
Of course.
Like, get wrecked, yeah, get wrecked.
Of course, Janko, you don't know what you're talking about. That's why you're not playing, you're talking.
So, looks like we will see smoke here, the very, very typical cat smoke, but it's delayed. And that's interesting. But EnVyUs is not going to be finding anything. He's going to get actually trapped. This is kind of cool. I wonder if they realize that Molotov won't cover the corner. But the smoke will kind of give the game away that EnVyUs is there. This is going to get hit in the face by a smoke, rather a flashbang, but he otherwise will be okay. And NIP have mid.
This is what I said was going to be tricky for NIP. They do manage to get mid control and put Get Right in that ladder room, also existing connector. But now they're only left with 2 smokes and 2 flashes. Which I suppose one is going to be for jungle and other one may be for CT spawn. And then they're going to go together from ramp and connector with Get Right lurking. But I dislike that they don't have anyone in A apps to trade kills from that position. But let's see how it goes.
Yeah, EnVyUs down at 1 HP, now finished off by Exist with a quick headshot. Happy's in Palace. He might be quite annoying. I don't know if they count on this. This is kind of the one weakness of NIP's play, is that they don't have anybody in Palace to clear this. And okay, Freiberg is there on Sandwich, so he's able to stare into this position, as we can see. And I think Happy needs a distraction to commit to this play. Maybe now he's going to start going as the rest of his teammates push in. In fact, exactly that happens. After Pit makes that frag, Happy goes in for the trade from Palace. But now his position is known. If he's smoked off, he's going to be flanked here by Forest. Good night, Happy. And the rest of his team is also dead for the round for NIP. So they make the A play work after securing mid control and forward positions on 2 players, as you mentioned. And nice little pop flashes here and there.
Yeah, they managed to make it work in the end, but I think it was Happy again being a bit too passive. By the time he was getting flashed in to take a peek, doesn't achieve anything. NIP already has control of window room, so I felt that since they lost some map control early on, he had to be more aggressive with his positioning, try and get a kill or 2 earlier on.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And now EnVyUs into this spy, which for some would not make a lot of sense. And against NIP, who will be running anti-ecos, you've got to be cognizant that maybe you don't get to fire those scouts before a bomb site's lost. And that's the big risk of this buy from EnVyUs, is that they need to convert on these scout purchases, but will they? I'm not sure.
They will not. They will not.
It's very unlikely, isn't it? NDK is in a good position, and he is somewhat of a scout master. Finds a headshot onto Forest and Exist as well. And that's why the scout can be dangerous, but you do wonder to some extent why the end of the walkway was not smoked off in, or something. Smoke.
True. Especially knowing that MBK loves playing that position with the scout, and he is extremely proficient with it, as we just saw. So a bit of a blunder, but round's still not over there.
No, but Get Right will eliminate Devil. He was the main threat in this round, and now it's just going to be Apex left with the scout, and he's going to get tagged up and finished off by Get Right. So in the end, it will be the round won by NIP, but even with just 3 frags, you have to wonder that, okay, sure, economy damage onto NIP, but surely EnVyUs should be thinking more about their own economy in some respects.
Yeah, I think they realized that they are not going to have enough money to buy in this round either, but they wanted to have a good buy in the next round, right? In round number 6. So they just bought a couple of scouts, some pistols. The players that had a bit more money, maybe, thinking that they could get lucky. But this is an eco for them with a couple of pistols, and they're focusing on the next round.
But what if, Janko, your percentage chance to win that last round is about 10-15% with that buy, or to do damage? That's significant enough. That's the question. It seems like NIP. The numbers that they've been showing, as you highlighted previously, they're one of the teams where there is the strongest argument to go for those full ecos. Nothing done in this round here by EnVyUs either, so far. From Apex, but that's it.
What I would maybe do against NIP is maybe force and then try and gamble on a bomb site, right? Stack a bomb site with at least 4 people. And if they come my way, then I have a decent chance of winning the round. But if they don't, then I can just save again. Because the problem against the team like NIP right now, seeing how they're really efficient on their T sides, is you on one hand you don't want to go double eco and give them a really good economy, because then you have to fight them on full gun rounds. You need to win 2 in a row, which is going to be difficult when they have all of their utility, right? So you ideally would like to have a healthy buy for yourself, but also put some pressure on them so that you can only win 1 gun round and maybe force them to at least have a weak buy if they're going to buy, or maybe to even go for a full eco.
It makes a lot of sense too, because if let's say you even guess wrong 2 rounds in a row, you can try to save the Kevlar, make them work for the kills.
Exactly.
And so there's actually a lot of logic there. I like that a lot. I don't think I've ever seen a team go for that approach, which is very strange. But either way, here comes the push from NIP. Very fast B. Set piece coming in. MBK close with the M4. Let's see if he's able to do this. 1 frag traded. Not good enough, really, for EnVyUs to really hold on to this bomb site. As we can see, NIP are in there now. Although the bomb still needs to make its way out of the apartment still. I guess that they are really trying to make sure that everything is smoked off very, very fully and thoroughly before they push in. And now finally get right last man out of the B apartments. We'll go for the plant, but everyone's dead already. Everyone's already dead. So very, very safe player there with the bomb, but beautiful execution in the end from NIP, getting all the frags.
Just shows their versatility, right? That they can change the pace as well. Surprise EnVyUs. Maybe they know that Kenny likes to go for that jump, and then when he does that, MBK is pretty much by himself towards the B bomb site. And you could see them just throwing the typical smoke towards mid to distract Kenny from the B bomb site, and then just with 1 or 2 simple flashes towards B, they explode there, and MBK simply can't get more than 1 position.
But speaking of more than 1 kill, we got Apex with a double, and that is a little bit scary, isn't it? We got him sitting in the apps now with a gun, although he's only got 5 HP. But NIP now, their attention split between so many positions with only 3 players. It's very hard to deal with. But I thought Forrest was going to get that, but he doesn't get right. He picks it up. He's down low now, 22 HP, and in comes Apex from the back. Exist. That frag was so incredibly important, but there's still a very solid chance for MBK to pull this off. He just has to connect 2 bullets, 1 with Get Right and 1 with Exist, and he wins this round. But he has no kit, so there it is. Good headshot position, making life difficult for MBK, and NIP win the round. Very close though, thanks to that play in the apps by Apex.
Running and gunning with a 5-7, pretty powerful.
It's good, man. But pretty good.
Yeah, another full buy for EnVyUs. Kenny with the AWP again. Let's see if they try to go for an aggressive play right now. Maybe push towards mid or flash into A ramp, because the standard play hasn't worked for them in the first round.
Yeah, indeed. Well, bomb towards the slope.
Same old.
NIP. As well. Start to work into some forward positions. NIP still trying to work on moving their players in, and I like this. The forward smoke in connector allows Freiburg to enter quite easily. Oh, is he going to do this? He's going to pop plant through. There's a player in the stairs. Freiburg playing for it. Just got to drag that spray across. You can see that he's a little bit frustrated there with that the slowness to that kill, but he does get it regardless because the pop flash was so strong, and that is a wrap.
I mean, we're talking about Kenny S, right? One of the best AWPers in the world, and how how AWPers could be influential on Mirage. NIP in the first 2 gun rounds completely negating his influence. Like, he could not get a shot off basically here, and you can see the problem of giving up map control and not reacting. NIP just managed to pick off all the players of EnVyUs on both short window room connector, and then in the end towards the A-apps. They need to be more reactive on their CT side. They need to maybe try and group up if they're already not going to fight for mid control.
Danko, happy has the AWP. And
finally, the best AWPer in the team gets his hands.
I was just about to say.
And of course, gets a kill immediately, and they're going to win the round now. So happy, obviously, a better AWPer than Kenny S, guys.
It's just so funny. I was just thinking, like, okay, what's wrong with this picture? You got Kenny S looking down middle from window with a FAMAS. Happy's running into apps with it all. What's going on?
I mean, the only thing is with that, in a situation like